Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Piano Lessons with Josh. I finally got a microphone, which is it's a Rode NT1A. Really excited! So now I can have that plugged directly in, and got my piano going right in, and it totally beats the Mac mic. Mac mic. Yeah. Anyway, so today I want to talk a little bit about minor chords. It drives me crazy whenever someone just sits and comps on basic triads. It's kind of tame. I mean, you can at least do like a something. Anyway, and or even do like a little Stevie Wonder. Music has movement to it. It's not just sitting around on one jug jigga jug jigga jug. I mean, it can. Plenty of genres do, but there's something a little bit more, I'm gonna say, authentic or organic when you're comping behind a musician like a vocalist or something, and instead of just that to me is boring. But if she's singing some great lyrical something, and I'm going, without that, missed note. It's a little bit more stirring. So anyway, so let's talk a little bit about how to make your minor chords move. One sort of decent stereotype way to go about it is just, and this is going to be kind of theory heavy. I haven't figured out a way to get a camera on my ceiling to look down at the piano. So I'm just going to kind of be calling out numbers. So pause at your leisure, and you can be like, oh wow, that sounded great. Pause. Or just, that one kind of sucked. Next one. Whoop. So the first one, kind of standard, is you've got your root aside. You've got your 3 and the 7 on the bottom, and then like a nice quartal stack. Quartal means fourths. So if you're stacking fourths like E, A, and D on top of that F and C, F and C, and at the top you've got F and A. Anyway, that's just sort of the standard sound. If I get rid of that D at the top and just play it down here, you have a pretty standard, stereotypical jazz. So we've got that, but let's move away from that. Let's check out something that's a little bit more dissonant, I guess. If you take that voicing of F, A, C, and E over D, and you take the bottom 2 notes, F and A, and move them up, you got some nice dissonance there. In fact, in other tunes like Home at Last? Steely Dan, yeah. That little, in D minor, you've got C, E, F, and A. So that can sound good. If you want something a little thicker, go down an octave. And just starting with the 9, you're pretty much going to play almost everything except for the 6 and the root. So, yeah, you are playing everything except the 6 and the root. You've got, over the D, you've got E, F, G, A, and C. And that works well as this nice, soft. So it's nice and soft. Depends on the instrument you're playing. Different keyboards, different sounds, different pianos. Might be a little muddy, so kind of hit or miss on that one. The lower you get, the more dissonant and thick your chordal shings go. I don't know what the heck that was. Sorry. Shing? Yeah, your chordal shing. The thicker that gets, the higher the probability it's going to just sound muddy somewhere along the line. Anyway, that's enough of that one. Another good one is another Steely Dan one in Asia. And what that would be in D would be, you've got your fifth of D and A. D and A, huh. And I am so tired right now, I'm sorry. You've got D and A, and then I just think of a whole step down, punch out the 1, 3, 4, and 5 of that triad or sound. So if you're talking about D, then C, you have C, E, F, and G. And this works well if you plane it around too. By the way, when planing, which means like taking the exact same chord voicing, and you might even be drifting in and out of the key, a really decent way to go about it is go up a whole step, then a half step, and then back down. So up a whole step, up a half step, down a whole step. And that gives you that, I don't know. We'll come back to that when we're talking about so what voicings. Actually, let's talk about so what voicings now. There was a tune called So What. And then up a half step. And those voicings became known as so what voicings. And what it really is, it's a stack of fourths. So you have D, G, C, F, A. D, G, C, F. That's the fourths. And then you slap a major third on top, which is your A. Now, interestingly enough, it doesn't really help you figure out the chord, but if you take that A and put it on the bottom, then you just have a straight stack of fourths. Doesn't really help me think of the chord, but it's theoretically interesting. So anyway, what that so what voicing, what they're doing is they're taking that, moving it up a half step, back down. Or a whole step, sorry. Actually, they're taking it from the top, so. So with this, you can also do that up a whole step, up a half step. That sounds really, really nice. It's one of my favorites. I kind of overuse it right now. And you can go up a whole step, up a half step, up another half step. Nope, another whole step. Half step. And it just kind of sounds fun. I mean, you're completely breaking out of the key at that point in time, but that's okay. You can dance in and out. It's fine. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's, I mean, there are a couple others. Oh, yeah. One of my very favorites, sorry. It's very 50, the Herbie Hancock, I think. Your left hand, you're going to have D to A to E, which is a pair of fifths. And then half step away from that E, slap your right thumb on the F, and then go up to C and G. And you roll that. Heaven. It's really good. Especially, I notice F. I use it all the time in F. That or this, which would be... What am I doing there? Beep, beep. Okay. With that, you'd be doing the same left-hand gesture of D, A, F. And then right hand, you're just playing the triad below it. A whole step below it. I didn't explain that at all. D, A, F, and then G, C, E, which is a C triad in inversion. Yeah, I like that sound actually in G minor the best. Okay, now I think we pretty much exhausted everything. Next time, we're probably going to be talking about augmented chords and how you can use them to sort of soup up your sounds. Anyway. So, have a wonderful day, evening, whatever time it is. And this was Piano Lessons with Josh. Ding, 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 ding. So, thanks. Bye.